You love their truck. Dustin and Kristen, come on out from Dusty Buns.
Hey guys, happy to be here.
So before the Buns, there was one.
I used to be a little hairier, a little dustier. I was too hairy for Ohio, so I moved with my one lonely dog to California to find the girl of my dreams.
And then there were two. Or kind of four.
Sonny's happier, and he's the big golden dog. Cushy's the little one. She's very funny. She's in charge, but together our life couldn't be better. That's one of our inspirational spots in the Bay. Golden Gate Bridge is right behind us, and we travel far out there with our dogs and friends often.
And the mobile adventure begins.
This is Winnie, or Winnebago, or Winnebellagio. It was our home for a few years. We traveled across the country quite a few times in it, and everywhere in between. It taught us to live in small spaces and really get to know each other. Our dogs were also in there with us. We cooked many meals, met many friends.
Our first homemade Thanksgiving in Ohio.
Those buns were purchased at
Purchased.
Giant Eagle, which is the equivalent of Safeway on the East Coast. And we also made fresh salsa because after meeting her, she's half Mexican and there's salsa in every one of my homemade meals at home. Salsa goes with the turkey and the pineapple and...
This is teaching Lil Bro the proper and tasteful way to shop.
This is the definition of go time. We cater all around, and this was in South Carolina the day before Christmas. We're going to feed 100 people the next day, and he was there to help me, and I'm teaching him what go time means and move quick. It's really fun. He hated food the next day and cooking, but he's progressing now, and it was a good memory.
It's a tasteful inspiration of famous soul burger.
I want everybody I know to be able to go here someday. We Yelp everything when we travel so we can look for the most interesting local spots that aren't doing anything bulk. This place is crazy. Elvis has been here. It's an old bordello that's now used to be a bar where you can walk around in dark rooms. There's some, oh, it's intense, but the burger's so simple and inspiring.
Tree hugging back in Cali.
Love this place. Big trees, great things. We're keeping a tasteful distance to General Sherman so that we don't crush the ceilings that will someday become these enormous and magnificent things that we love about California. This is so close to us. We love being in the Central Valley. There's nothing cooler.
Know the dough, flavor research.
So these were handmade by Kristen. We went to school. She was a pastry chef at the Cordon Bleu, and after the soul burger and just all these inspirations that make us figure out we need a simple product, something doing good, we tried all these breads. We were going to stuff that middle one, rip them open and stuff them with ground beef and regular wonderful things. Bottoms of baguette, banh mi's already happening, focaccia, love it, but the buns won.
Cum laude.
Cum laude, that's how we graduated. It was like an honor that we can't pronounce. But I let my brother wear my little thing. He took it home. We were honored to have our family there. School is a great thing for us. Made a lot of friends, a lot of connections in San Francisco, and happy to take that knowledge with us wherever we go.
An homage to Lady and the Tramp.
That's a from-scratch handmade noodle we did at Medici. It's an Italian restaurant in San Francisco. We went there for our externship, and I was the sous chef. She was assistant pastry chef, and we weren't allowed to move up any higher before we graduated, but we were like giving it our all. We were bringing a lot to the table here, so we ended up developing the menu and graduated. So the owner of the restaurant was so excited we could graduate because then we could finally become the chef and the pastry chef. We made the menu. This was an untasteful cake, X-rated cake shop across the street from this restaurant we like to support. So my brother wasn't allowed to eat that cake, and yeah, they're local.
So these are our training wheels.
This was the first Dusty Buns Bistro bus. So we lived at like Ocean Beach in San Francisco. We'd roll this to Golden Gate Park and just try to make a living after we realized we needed our own thing. We were inspired to bring things local, and almost the same food was in that little tiny thing, but it was hot dogs instead of all this meat we're doing right now, because that's the only thing we could fit and do on a movie reel.
Our first sale, we're rich.
Not really, because food doesn't make you much money, but a lot of friends, and if you want to feed people, you would go to the 420 Fest at Hippie Hill, and yeah, Phil Lesh, and I'm sure his friends were there, but that was a great event for us. We made our beginning Dusty Buns adventure.
Our first lakeside restaurant.
This was a hardcore catering gig. We put out there on Craigslist that we're just these two chefs doing things from scratch, and we got some gigs up in Russian Hill, some nice clientele, but the boat almost sank on the way here in Sonoma Lake because we had so much equipment and people had to jump on the back and lift up the front so that we all didn't drown. We ended up serving 3-course meals in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy.
Our renegade wedding, on the move.
$500 an hour in San Francisco if you want to get married in Golden Gate Park. It's usually going to take more than an hour. They make sure that you're not going to get married, so we're just taking pictures. But we got married in Golden Gate Park. We made sure to do it again in a church, so it was super legit. And we had to keep moving.
Honeymooning in Vegas.
Love Vegas, go there often, but this was the honeymoon, keeping it somewhat tasteful, still involving buns, and that's as close. I didn't get any closer to the crazy girls than that, just so everyone knows.
Look at the one. Going local.
Most incredible restaurant up in Marin, my last place we came before Fresno. We found the bistro bus while working here and made friends with these guys and realized we need to move on to something. We were doing an incredible menu made from 13 miles away food, everything from the meat to the milk, the cheeses, and handmade breads. But during the daytime, we'd serve to beachgoers, and this was right in the ocean, and night got gourmet.
Pinky's Tasteful Tacos.
That's the bistro bus before it was all colorful like ours, and it was really pink. It was really Pinky's Tacos, and it was in Selma. We were so excited to find it. Just on a little vacation, visiting the family in Fresno, realized this was our dream we've been putting together for many years. So it's now different.
Hit my ride.
That would have been much easier if we could have got a network to do this for us, but we hand painted everything. That's Pinky's disappearing behind the local citrus colors of the valley, the greens, and Kristen, we do everything by hand, and she bakes all these buns. We don't even have machines, but she carved that little bun out of linoleum, and that becomes our print for all of our bags.
A tasteful ending.
So anything that comes out of this enterprise, we're just trying to bring something cool, and it's so obvious that people are supporting this conscious food. And the best thing that's happened for us is community, friendship, and this is how we like to end our day at cafe sometimes, a little cheese plate, and just to show that all is good. Those are the buns.